stood a giant across the field, daring every heart to yield. Strong men trembled, courage fled. Defeat was all that filled their heads. Then a shepherd boy stepped through the crowd, not boastful, fearful, or speaking loud. He carried a sling and a simple prayer, knowing Almighty God was there. The giant laughed and mocked his faith, certain death would be his fate. But David never turned around. His feet were planted on holy ground. One smooth stone left a shepherd's hand, directed by God's mighty plan. The earth stood still, then came the sound. The mighty giant hit the ground. When God fights your battle, fear has no place. One touch of heaven can change your fate. My giant has to fall. It can't stand before the Lord. Every promise God has spoken is stronger than the enemy's sword. I may look small, but my God stands tall. When I call upon His holy name, my giant has to fall. Maybe a giant is fear tonight. Maybe it's sickness stealing your fight. Maybe it's sorrow. Maybe it's pain. Maybe you've cried again and again. Remember the God who stood with David then is standing beside you now. The battle has never belonged to you. It has always belonged to Him. My giant has to fall by the power of God's own hand. Every mountain must surrender. Every enemy must stand. Defeated by His power, defeated by His grace. The God who never lost a battle is fighting in this place. My giant has to fall. Oh, yes, my giant has to fall. Oh, I don't know what your giant is, but I know who your God is. And the same God who gave David the victory is about to give you yours. My giant has to fall. It can't stand before the Lord. Every promise God has spoken is stronger than the enemy's sword. I may look small, but my God stands tall. When I call upon His holy name, my giant, has to fall.